I think that I was always okay at singing, but I was definitely afraid to do it in front of people. So I think that affected any sort of like live show or even recording. I usually come to the table with a chord progression and a melody, and honestly, I don't usually have lyrics right off the bat.
When we are ready to make music, the beginning of the record process, a lot of you culling like color palettes or like ideas or feelings, or like also a lot of like where you are in your life. It's like you figuring out like the mood you want to be in.
I'm from Tacoma, Washington, which is kind of right between Seattle and Olympia, and between Sub Pop and like K Records and Co-Rock Stars. The concept of music that doesn't have to be really perfect and can be kind of like home recorded or DIY approach. For me, that's like my approach to this band. Music doesn't have to be this perfectionist endeavor. Always in bands.
I was in bands all through high school. I started playing guitar when I was 12 or something, and that was like became my focus. Like I stopped playing like sports and stopped reading Harry Potter books and like just played guitar all the time.
We just formed the band as something fun to do as part of the music community.
Neither one of us are trained musicians, and our approach to it, I think we both got into it socially and sort of like communally.
Starting out, the scene that was around us was like definitely a little punkier.
It helped us, I think, in a way, because we sort of, you know, we were like a tonic or like a pause.
Baby, you gotta quit that job, 'cause your boss is a jerk.
I think that in terms of the last 10 years, which is how long we've been doing it, acknowledging that every time a record that we've done comes out, it's like a total kind of shift. Like, things change really quickly.
I'll be the breadwinner. I'll go instead.
I think with Plum, with our new record, the lyrics were mostly done like right at the beginning, which is uncharacteristic for us. But I think that's like the nature of the songs. Is they're a little bit more plain spoken, less vague.
Always, always bringing your work home.
A lot of what Plum is about is what are you going to do with your time? What is the value of your time? We've been making music for however long, and I was kind of assessing like, why do I do this? Like, what is the value of this to other people, and not to myself?
Also, we're like 10 years deep on this, and a lot of our friends are either out of music or definitely out of the bands that they were in 10 years ago.
If it's starting to be difficult to kind of accept that that's just an obstacle, or is it a more profound problem? Whatever records we're releasing in 10 years will probably be closer to some sort of essential thing. You go far enough to a point where it's like you start removing the extraneous.
I feel like that's been really cool and liberating, especially coming to a head on this record, is that we realize there's infinite depth to the Venn diagram of where Molly and I make music together.
Will you get back what you put in?
I like making records every 2 years with Molly, and so if
It's a funny snapshot of like where you are. We're just, I think, getting back down to like some core of whatever it is that brought us into this in the first place. Widowspeak specifically is always going to kind of pull from the same references that it always has. And there will be new stuff added, but I think it's more about, yeah, like doubling down on the identity of that project, getting back to something more essential.